Oh my God, I just have to share what happened to me today. This morning, I was sitting right over there, meditating, my little meditation spot, and I saw like just how much my ego has been in the driver's seat of my life. And I was horrified. I was like, oh my God. It reminded me of the scene in Fight Club when Edward Norton realizes that Tyler Durden doesn't exist and he was just running his life all this time unbeknownst to him, and just kind of like, and then he plays back all these scenes of his life where he's just alone, and it was like this it was like the same level of shock and horror. I was like, oh my God, how could this even happen? I'm like, and then my brain goes crazy with it. I'm like, I'm a coach, I should know better. And I'm a human too, and that's honestly a lot of my brain's fodder is about like that. I'm like embracing my humanity. Like I'm like, oh, I've done coaching for 15 years, I should be past this. I should like not have my humanity for some reason, which is kind of crazy as I say it out loud, but it exists in my head like a real thought. But I'm a human too. We're all human beings, and yeah, even coaches are humans, and everyone's humans, and it's part of the fun experience of life. Is that, guess what? Sometimes our ego takes over and starts running the show, and it gets in the driver's seat. Usually when circumstances are difficult, and the ego is well intentioned. There's nothing wrong with the ego. It's beautiful and it's great, and it helps us and it keeps us alive, and it helps us like not take crazy risks or step in front of buses. So it's valuable. However, life's a lot easier when it's in the back seat and your soul is the thing actually driving the show. And that's what shifted for me, because as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God. And then it was like the ego went into the back seat, and then my spirit started to take over and come back. And I wanted to just spend a little time kind of outlining the difference. So, how do you know when your ego is driving your car of your life? The experience is stressful. It's like you're overwhelmed, you feel kind of anxious, you feel like disconnected, you feel like a subtle sense of despair, and that's how you know for sure that your ego is in the driver's seat. And what is it like when your spirit is in the driver's seat? Life is like easy. It's like filled with flow and joy and bliss, and things just kind of like very naturally and spontaneously come your way. Like when I'm teaching people, I always say it feels like the difference between like desperately trying to swim upstream against the current. That's what the ego feels like when it's driving, versus when the ego's in the backseat and your spirit's driving, it's just like gently flowing down the river of life. And there's a lot of things I teach. A lot of my coaching is helping people get the ego out of the driver's seat and get your spirit into your driver's seat. And how we actually do that happens through a number of tools. One of the biggest things is like getting in your body. Like that really helps get out of the mind. We do that through exercise, through meditation techniques, through diet, through sleep, through taking time to relax, to even taking time to do nothing. Like I found myself, as my spirit's been kind of popping out, I find myself just doing nothing for long periods of time. I just sit out here and literally just sit. Nothing, no music or anything. I just be, and it's so blissful. It's so wonderful, and I'm so happy to say I'm back. Like, it is like really what's waking up from this nightmare. I'm like, good Lord, I'm still kind of in shock, because it's like I knew it conceptually, but to truly discover it, like on the level of being, is like it's a completely different thing. And so, if you feel like your ego may be in the driver's seat, like if you're having an experience of stress, tension, overwhelm, you find that your mind is very busy, then reach out, because I'm launching this program, Conscious Life Mastermind, June 15th. And I'm so excited that I had this realization. I feel like it was honestly in preparation for leading this program, because I was like, I want this to be the most powerful program I've ever led. And I had to do the work first. Like I have to be the real deal. I can't be a phony and be like, oh, you can live the life of your dreams when my ego's running the show. So I just am so excited. I'm like, my gosh, I'm thrilled, and I actually feel more confident than ever before that I can help people make that shift out of the ego into the true self, because I just did it. I just had to do it myself. And then you wake up from this dream and you realize you're like in heaven, like your life's amazing and everything's beautiful, and that's the experience for me, just seeing how I live the life of my dreams today. Like the life I dreamed of a couple years ago is my reality, you know, and it can be for you too. It can be for anybody. Like that's the power of coaching, is like having that outside view to help you make that shift. That's why I hire a coach. That's why I think everyone in the world should hire a coach. And if my energy resonates with you and it feels like there's something in your spirit that's like, this feels good, I want to do this, then reach out to me. Just book a free consultation, you know, free time. We can just do some coaching and create some value and some transformation and see if it feels like a fit or not. And if it's not, no problem. That's cool. I love talking to people. It's my joy in life. It's my reason for being, and my purpose is to help people make that shift. So like I said, if that's you, reach out, check out the Conscious Life Mastermind. You've got a couple of weeks to sign up. If you sign up before June 9th, I'll offer an additional 1-hour coaching session on the front end, which is $1,000 value. So like I said, reach out, make that shift. Life can be so freaking beautiful and full of miracles and magic and joy and bliss and freedom. And if that all sounds too good to be true, then I guarantee that your ego is running the show right now. All right, hope to talk to you soon. I love you. Bye.